Oh, baby, I can't show it. I'm in love, I'm in love, but no one knows it. Oh, now, baby, please don't make me hold your hand. You don't seem to understand how it makes me feel. When people stop and stare, I swear they are the ways to show it, baby. Please don't make me hold your hand. There are few things I demand of you. It's the one thing that I just won't do. So don't make me hold your hand. Don't make me hold your hand. Don't make me hold your hand. You're fooling now with your bookish smile. Suppose Jimmy just make me feel like a total arse. Got it down like a practice call, like a perfect art. Talk to me at night with your voice or leave. Think you can't be broke. What a joke, calling me darling. Think I like when you just finally you make a study. I never loved you, Henriette. I never liked my soul free. I never read your story. Oh, no, no, no. I never loved you, Henriette. When we went our way, left your girl behind. And I never cared for road, and I got sort of bored beside of your nose and your peephole eyes and your spurry size. Oh, I never loved you, Henriette. I never loved my soul free. I never read your story. What for blood? Splitting the face to the fountain. Love myself. Thought I would bet on a short born people have nothing but desperation. It depends on just how much you wanna take on. You think it's just something to play on. Convention for use of a Saturday paper. Left behind on Water Street. Ought to see the two. Will I leave? That's when I fly away. You may find that it's hard to displace me in this Friday night place. Can you tell that my chivalry's rusty? Don't be scared, 'cause my heart's in this pathway. Relishing in loves and highs, I ought to see the fours and fives I was ignoring. That's when you own it. You may find that it's hard to distress me in this frightening Friday night race. Can you tell that my chivalry's rusty?
Heyo. Good evening. And tonight, first off, just want to thank all of you for coming in for this show. This is the MOMI Senior Showcase, but it's more than that. Today we have also included, the Time-Based Typography 2 Showcase, the Alternative Techniques Showcase, and also one of our graduate students showing her senior graduate work. So it is going to be a big, long night of motion graphics, if you're ready for that. All right, before I begin, just wanted to thank all the guests here, including those who are watching this from the live stream, my esteemed colleagues, Momi Love, and also the definitely all the students, especially the graduating students, because this is really a night of celebration of how far they have come at this point to end this chapter and start a new one. So with no further ado, since we do have so much content tonight to just entertain, engage you, and just blow you out of this ballpark. So the thing is that with no further ado, I'm going to start off with, the Time-Based Typography 2 show. And usually with the Time-Based show, we have an umbrella theme. And then for tonight, the theme is water. And the thing is that, like, I've been debating all day if I should quote this, but I want to. And this is from my dear, the intelligence of a movie super male model, Derelict Zoolander, to go with the umbrella theme. Water is the essence of wetness, and wetness is the essence of beauty. Derelict Zoolander. So I present to you, High Tide, from the Time-Based Typography 2 class.
Alright, boys and girls, it's time for some facts about the ocean. First of all, the ocean is deep as fuck. This is you, a puny human. And this is the deepest anyone's ever seen a blue whale. And them sons of bitches can dive. And this is the bottom of the ocean. Maybe. It's so deep, we're not sure how deep it is, which is terrifying as shit. Fact 2. This is what most of the ocean looks like. Pitch damn black. If you're afraid of the dark, I don't recommend going to the bottom of the ocean. It's probably better that it's dark down there, because this is the kind of stuff you'd see. A shitty mix of hell and outer space. There are roly-polies this size of your head. I heard they eat souls. And let's not forget giant squid, anglerfish, and spider crabs. Fact 3. Scientists estimate that up to 80% of all living things live in the ocean. So think of every animal you've ever seen on land and multiply that by like a billionty-ass ton. That may not be accurate. Final fact. We've only explored less than 5% of the ocean. We have better maps of motherfucking Mars than the ocean floor. So basically, we don't know what the hell is down there, which is why no one should fuck with the ocean.
Sitting still, seemingly calm, a quiet surface, but a raging storm beneath it all. Colors from above are mirrored below, dancing about, all with a glow. Reds, yellows, and skies so blue, nothing but a blurred picture, yet what a beautiful hue. A world of its own, yet no one can begin to know the secrets captured from long ago. A rippling surface that turns to waves ashore, creatures beneath, filled with lore. Time passes the world above. No one notices the reflected sun. Celebrations and storms pass by, bouncing off the surface, and not a wonder why. Reflections seen are but a glimpse, for it is what's beneath that people dream about and wish.
Childhood summers were spent at my grandparents' beach house. One particular morning, when I was 6, I found myself awake with the sun. As I left the bedroom, I discovered that I wasn't the only one up in the early morning light. Papa was already awake, and he offered to take me for a walk. We walked in the opposite direction of the pier, past the boundaries my parents had set into territory just for the two of us. We came across a dead stingray, the gray of its smooth skin catching the warm light. He told me that this animal is what made the mermaid's purses I loved to find on the beach. It was like a secret that only my papa knew.
The harsh reality becomes more apparent. The intense darkness makes the noise feel quiet, but this is a lie. Fight it. Resist. Just a little effort, that is all it would take. A little pull. Pull. Cling to air. Reach for light. Hold them in and make them yours. Do not let the fear take over. Take control. Your friends, your loved ones, reach for them. Don't let the light get away. Where's the surface? Reach up. Is this up? Don't let it in. Don't let it pass through. Don't allow the burn. The silence is uneasy. Where's the light? A swim would be nice. The water looks nice. It's peaceful, one would think. It's not so bad. The deep is quiet, calm. A day of rest would be good. The days haven't been so easy lately. A rest would be nice. Just a few minutes even. Just lay and let the worries drown away, yes. That would be good. The warmth reaches over. The pull grows stronger. Now the struggle's gone. The burn is faded. Why is the noise so shallow? The cries are loud, but seem so distant. The pull grows stronger. Light feels within reach.
Any fool can get into an ocean, but it takes a goddess to get out of one. What's true of oceans is true, of course, of labyrinths and poems. When you start swimming through riptide of rhythms and the metaphor seaweed, you need to be a good swimmer or a born goddess to get back out of them. Unless you're a poet or something supernatural. You'll drown.
Here we will learn true facts about the seahorse. The seahorse is named so because it looks like it was made from the mold of a tiny horse, except they ran out of clay before they got to the important parts, like the parts that help you move. Mainly propelled by a small fin on its back, the seahorse is not the strongest of swimmers, more of an aggressive floating behavior. Imagine trying to propel yourself on a skateboard solely by waving a Denny's menu back and forth really fast. That is how a seahorse do. Lacking both teeth and a stomach, the seahorse must eat constantly to make up for its poor digestive skills. Clinging on to whatever crap it finds on the ocean floor, the seahorse eats more than 3,000 brine shrimp a day, which means that brine shrimp are really shitty at running away. The male seahorse is the only male in the animal kingdom to give birth to its young. Here's how it goes down. The female uses her ovipositor to deposit eggs into the male's egg pouch. The male then fertilizes these eggs by releasing sperm into the water around him. That's right, when you go swimming, you're swimming in seahorse. Here is a quiz. Which of the following is false? The seahorse often sings when it's mating. The seahorse often mates under the soft light of a full moon. Or the seahorse gives its partner a hug every morning during pregnancy. If you said false to any of those, you're a cynical bastard when it comes to love, because the seahorse does all three. So you go out there and find your seahorse lover, and put your ovipositor, that part doesn't really apply.
Water flowing through deep fractures gushing from rocks, falls on our head and washes away, soaking into the soil. Water from hidden springs forms streams. Streams merge into rivers. Rivers rush into the big oceans. It goes into your blood vessels, swirls around your bones. A drop of summer rain fills the trunks of trees, stems of flowers, and wets our throat. It fuels everything on earth and cleanses. Water makes you live. Water conceives life. When we were very tiny and very small in our mother's womb, we were just water itself. Water as old as Adam flows between your cells and my cells. Water of your great-great-grandmother whirls in your flesh. Water from your breath floats in my lungs. It connects us to the past and to others. Water.
The sea beneath the cliff is the blue in my mother's eyes. Came from the blue in her mother's eyes. Thrown on down the line by our family who worked the field on
I hope that has,
borrowed land above the ocean.
type show has kind
My
of whet your
family
appetite
worked
for what
the
is coming
field
up.
on
The
borrowed land.
senior show is coming right up, and I hope what has, the type show has really whet your appetite, for what's coming up. And the seniors, I've been with the seniors since last quarter, over senior one and also senior two. And this is one of the biggest graduating senior class or biggest senior show, I would say, having 23 seniors showing today. So that's a lot of amazing work. And to the seniors, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you for the frustration. You helped me learn as a human being, you know, and forgive me for the frustration I've given you also, So I present to you, first off, to kick off the show, Austin Hochstetter.
Hey guys, thanks for coming out. I wanted to start out by giving some background on my process and piece. When I began senior one, I really had no idea what I wanted to do. And after taking a step back and kind of evaluating, I concluded the best use of my time would be to take advantage of the 10 weeks and really experiment. Experiment with different techniques, different mediums, what have you. And this project that I'll be showing is really the result of that experimentation. So the piece itself is a title sequence that fuses my interests in both film and politics. It would essentially introduce a documentary that covers the controversial topic of hydraulic fracturing. Mouthful. But before I play the piece, I would like to thank my friends, the seniors, the MOMI faculty, for really helping me just fall in love with motion graphics, for your help along the way, especially with this project and the branding. I'd like to thank my crew, Chase and Julia, for your time and patience in helping me with this. And thanks to my parents for being the best producers, both for my project and for my academic career. So without further delay, my senior. So up next, we have a fantastic designer who I've had the pleasure of working with and for. Please welcome to the stage, Jay Curie.
Hey guys. So my project is a typography piece that's animated to a poem by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow called A Psalm of Life. And this piece is dedicated to the things that I'm inspired by, the things that I love, the things that keep me up awake at 4 in the morning. You guys know that. And so for this, I would like to first thank you, my family, who's hopefully watching this right now through all the political unrest that's happening in Thailand, and also my friends and my professors, Momi Love, and all department and all of you guys that are watching right now. Thank you. Tell me not, in mournful numbers, life is but an empty dream. For the soul is dead that slumbers, and things are not what they seem. Life is real, life is earnest, and the grave is not its goal. Dust thou art, to dust returnest, words not spoken of the soul. Not enjoyment and not sorrow is our destined end or way, but to act that each tomorrow find us farther than today. Art is long and time is fleeting, and our hearts, though stout and brave, still like muffled drums are beating funeral marches to the grave. In the world's broad fields of battle, in the bivouac of life, be not like dumb driven cattle, be a hero in the strife. Trust no future, however pleasant, let the dead past bury its dead. Act, act in the living present, heart within and God overhead. Lights of great men all remind us we can make our lives sublime, and departing, leave behind us footprints on the sands of time. Footprints that perhaps another, sailing over life's solemn main, a forlorn and shipwrecked brother, seeing shall take heart again. Let us then be up and doing, with a heart for any fate, still achieving, still pursuing, learn to labor and to wait. Thank you. So next up, I would like to introduce my friend, a very dedicated individual with a good sense of humor, Jesse Compton.
Hello, everyone. Anyone who knows me knows that I devote as much of my time to my job as a resident and community assistant as I do to my study of motion media. So when asked to create a senior piece that connects to me personally, it was a no-brainer that I would blend these two parts of my life here at SCAD. Special thanks to Lena and Charles for helping me bring this piece to life, my family, my fellow seniors, and all of you for coming out to see our work. Thank you, and please enjoy.
Why, hello there, new recruit. So you've just become a resident assistant? Welcome to the family. Before you get started, you need to learn a few things about how to be an RA. At the heart of the job is programming. I recommend the SCAD model. Self-improvement. Teach your residents something valuable, a lifelong skill, like do-it-yourself microwave cooking or how to survive in the woods. Community. A great chance to get these lazy college students off their computers and out forming lasting relationships. Academic. Hey, these students are using their parents' hard-earned money to attend this school. Let's give them their money's worth. Diversity. Watering down the flavors and nuances of the world's cultures into a conveniently processed and packaged program. Don't forget to ask and/or bribe students to fill out the evaluations. These puppies are the lifeblood of housing. You want a ping pong table in the rec room? Put it on the eval. You want a pizza party program? Put it on the eval. You want your residence hall painted orange? Probably not going to happen, but put it on there anyway. Now don't get bogged down by all that paperwork. You'll have plenty of time to process it during office hours. Office hours are a wonderful chance to practice your phone answering, paper cutting, and stapling skills. Great job! That bulletin board looks interesting and informative. Now, the most common situation you'll encounter in the office is the lockout. Residents seem to have a knack for locking themselves out of the rooms, and it's your job to help these poor souls get back into their living spaces. Can't have them camping out in the hallway. Talk about a safety hazard. Good! It looks like you're on the fast track to become a super RA. Come back next episode to learn how to handle angry parents, clogged toilets, and the Mary Jane in How to Be an RA.
I've had the pleasure of seeing this next piece from the start in Senior 1 so long ago, and I can truly say it's come a long way. And that's why I'm pleased to introduce Miles Bryant.
Oh, this is weird. Thanks everybody for being here. It's really a very surreal honor. I've been working on this piece for a while, but really at this point I'm just tired of looking at it, so I don't even think I'm gonna watch. It's funny how it started out was really, it's like, I do a lot of artistic style pieces in what I do in the major. But for this, I actually tried to push myself in a different direction and do something reasonably practical. And so Duff encouraged me to do a commercial, and I like cars. And so I chose to do Scion based off of a friend's car here, and animated that. It's got 3D, it's got cool stuff. It's interesting. And then I decided to do things I wasn't comfortable with some frame by frame, and I have Jackie Dawn to thank for that. She made it look a million times better. It's short. If you hate it, it won't last very long. Thank you all for being here. Told you. And next up is a friend of mine. He's come a long way. I've known him as long as I've been in the major, and his work is very impressive. Please introduce Ryan D'Amico.
Hi. So my piece is about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I started in February, and I've been going pretty much every day since. I guess I'd like to thank my family, my teacher, James, everyone at my dojo, and of course the faculty and staff. Here's my piece.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is a life-changing experience. You learn the fundamentals of your body and mind. It gives you a new connection with not only yourself, but with your opponent. This martial art is a language of its own, allowing you to communicate with your opponent through the fluidity and grace of your movement. Using leverage and frames, you gain the ability to be a bigger person, not only physically, but mentally. In the conversation that is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, every question has an answer.
Um, well, I've seen this person, the person coming up next, work really hard, and she's a really nice person. Really love her dreads too. She's and Kelly.
Hello, everyone. Thanks, Ryan. Like everyone else, I really can't believe that the time has come so fast. I couldn't have done it without my amazing support system, my family, friends, boyfriend, and of course, the wonderful Moby professors. My senior project has been a way for me to express my desire for unity and understanding. I hope you enjoy it.
When you open your heart and let the breeze flow in, can you feel every other soul it passed through before? Not just through our species, but through the animals and the trees? Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself and the nature around you. Believe in the breeze that connects you to the trees, animals, stars, and planets. Give yourself, people, and surrounding nature credit for who you are and where you are today. Because without all of it, you wouldn't be. Be who you are. Respect yourself and others. And remember that any animal or flower deserves the same exact respect, for we can all grow together if we share it together.
Up next, I'd like to introduce you to the talented Chelsea Jones.
This project wouldn't have been possible without the help of my professors and peers. I thank you all so much for everything I've learned here at SCAD, and I wouldn't be anywhere near the artist I am today without your constant guidance. To me, my final project celebrates how I've learned to constantly challenge myself to try new different mediums, and it speaks about a seemingly timeless message that I hope someday will change. Thank you.
A billion people died on the news tonight, but not so many cried at the devil's side. Well, mama said, it's just make-believe. You can't believe everything you see. So baby, close your eyes to the lullaby on the news tonight.
And I'd like to welcome to the stage Couture LaFrance.
Hello, everybody. First and foremost, I'd like to thank all of you for coming out tonight. A little bit about my piece. After 4 years of being at SCAD, I figured it was appropriate to dedicate it to the OG of Savannah, Tomochichi, the chief mediator between the settlers and the natives. A lot of inspiration for this project was taken from Winston Smith. If you're not familiar with his work, he did a lot of posters and flyers for the dead Kennedys. So without further ado, here's my project.
Many moons ago, men controlled these lands as far as the eye could see. There existed a bond between man and nature. Everything taken from the land was restored. Man was said to be one half light and one half dark. This balance held man and nature perfectly in tune. Without it, man and the earth would crumble. Our balance was once in great danger. White-skinned men were soon bound to our shores. They were to spread an incurable sickness that rotted the heart and soul with greed. We refuted aid to the white men. Our disagreement weighed heavy on our tribe. We separated and sought new lands. We settled on grounds that looked out to the waters. This point we named Savannah. When night swallowed the sky, beasts will roam the lands. Unearthly beings, not a man, not an animal. They were giants. They moved like shadows on the shores, watching the horizon, waiting. Stories were told from white man to white man about the haunted shores of Savannah and any men who dare brave them.
Thank you. Next up, we have everybody's favorite Swiss friend, Michael Sistek.
Hey, thank you all for coming tonight. First off, I would like to thank everybody who has helped me out with this project. My professors, my friends, the MOMI department, everybody in MOMI Love, and especially my family. Without you guys, I probably would not have been able to finish this, at least on time. My project tonight is based off of an ancient Japanese technique, which is known as kintsugi, which involves the use of molten gold in order to repair precious objects. Enjoy. And up next, I would like to introduce Kayla Jordan, who unfortunately was not able to join us tonight. But to represent her, we have our dearest Aubrey Prey.
Hey everybody. So as Michael pointed, I am not Kayla, but I have had the pleasure of being her friend since Motion Media Techniques 1. And with that, I've known Kayla always to be a traveler. I remember she did something that was really risky in our Motion Media Techniques 2 class. She filmed the travel of journey from downtown Savannah to what is not downtown Savannah in some of the darker places. And our professors encouraged her not to do that again. But with that said, something that's always been really important to Kayla is travel. So her Senior 2 project is about traveling and about the prize that comes with that, the award. So I hope that you guys enjoy it on behalf of Kayla.
For as long as you remember, you've needed to explore, to entertain your mind with adventure, to find peace within yourself and the world around you. You've seen things you thought could never happen occur. The world you thought you knew transformed in front of your eyes as you grew to have deeper knowledge, passion, and life than before. So why not embark on yet another impossible adventure? Go Great Circle. You can do it.
And now I have a great pleasure of introducing someone who is very similar to a brother to me. This artist, Beyond, is unforgettable in a lot of ways to our department. I've seen him be so dedicated to his work, and I really wish him all the best in everything he's going to do after today. Ladies and gentlemen, Switson Wigfall III. I'm sorry, Switson.
Hello, hello. Well, I'm really a short guy, but today I feel 20 feet tall, so it feels great to speak to everyone on top of a stage. And also, let's give another round of applause for the Type 2 class and the senior class, again, for their great work, you know? So basically, my piece is really about my love for music. And when I say that, I really love music. And it's like the little sounds, the snare drums, the kicks, the cymbals, everything. Sometimes when I listen to music, and I'm pretty sure everyone can relate, that you can see visuals when you close your eyes and let the music take you to another place. So my piece is about that. And I created a VJ pack from 10 of my very best everydays. And my everydays are these daily designs that I create every day, or I try to. And I'm planning on putting each one out until December of 31st. So I'm pretty sure some of you have seen it, and I'm happy to present this to you as these 10 everydays I've turned into 10 to 15-second animations based on a particular song that I thought would fit the mood and feel. So it's my pleasure. And also, I also want to say that on May the 25th, I will finally release the VJ pack. So if you want to take it, remix it, screw it up, do whatever you like, have fun with it. It's my pleasure. Thank you.
You just put the needle on a really unique record album. Put the needle on the record. Preferably in a residential area.
Always changing anyway.
Thank you. Thank you. I forgot to personally give a shout out to people that really mean a lot to me. My friends, you know who you are, everyone. My family, Professor Duff. Thank you for pushing me since day one. You were a great mentor. John Collette, James Gladman, Benincourt, Minho, everyone. Thank you so much. And next up, I have someone who always puts a great smile on our faces. Someone whose work is colorful, lively, and has a big passion for cats. Next up is Cindy Ewan.
Hi, I'm Cindy, and my video is about strange things that I think about. I hope you enjoy it.
I think about a lot of things, sometimes really strange things. I dream about trimming people's hair, or wish that I were a fish that just swam around blowing bubbles all day and never thought or worry about anything. But things like that don't happen. So I just go back to my computer and look at cats on the internet till I can pull cats out and fill the whole universe with cats. But a cat universe probably won't happen anytime soon. So then I think about what it's like to walk in other people's shoes. Because sometimes I really don't understand why people do what they do. But that usually doesn't help, because there are still a billion other things that bother me. So then I pretend that I'm a robot that does everything mechanically and has no feelings. But I'm no good at pretending either. So I think about how sometimes things happen so fast that my body can't catch up with my speedy legs. And I wish that I had the power to stop time from moving on. I figure I just have to find Mr. Sun, give him a really big hug, and never let go of him, so that the universe stops spinning and reality can't bother me anymore. And when reality goes away, I'll probably just go in a carousel and stay there forever, spinning with my cats.
Thank you. And next up, we have Nick Fish.
Thank you, Cindy. That truly is a tough act to follow. I want to start out by saying thank you. Thank you to everyone here for being here. That's awesome. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you to the Motion Media faculty for 4 years of learning, inspiration, continued support. Thank you to my fellow students for making the city of Savannah feel like home to me. And thank you to my family, my actual family back home, to Mom, Dad, Sarah, Zach, and Krista. I wouldn't be up here without you guys. Thank you for your support on the roller coaster that has been the past 4 years. My project is a lot of fun. I wanted to make sure I had fun working on my project because senior year is a crazy time for all of us. Finding jobs, finding apartments, moving out. It's a lot to handle. So I wanted to make sure I had a really fun time. My project is short, but I wanted to show off my skill sets and tell you a little about who I am. So hopefully at the end of this 45 seconds, you know a little bit more about who Nick is. Enjoy.
Nick is a fish. Nick is not a fish.
Nick is big-hearted.
Nick is skateboarding.
Nick is upset.
Nick is hats.
Nick is not cookie cutter.
Nick is glasses.
Nick is fascinating.
Nick is busy.
Nick is motion graphics.
So I've only known our next presenter for 20 weeks. We started together in senior one, and I've seen her project, her concept, and her skill set grow tremendously in that short time. Next up is Janelle Cummins. I told myself I wasn't going to do that, and I did that. I'm sorry.
Good evening, and thank you all for coming. For those of you tuning in on the live stream, thank you. To my parents and my little brother, I know you're watching. Thanks so much for your support. I'd like to also thank the MOME department who has equipped us with the skills and knowledge that we need to make us successful in the industry. A bit about my project. I wanted to explore the theme of fear of the unknown. So without further delay, please enjoy. Okay, next up, I would like to introduce someone who has made my time at SCAD even more enjoyable. I'd like to welcome up the gifted Jeremy Cartwright.
Hi guys. Thanks again for coming out tonight. First of all, I'd like to thank the department. We could not ask for more as students in this program. Also to the Momi Love Club, you guys go above and beyond as students in helping to organize all the workshops and events that really help to prepare us for careers in this amazing field. And lastly, to my family watching back home in the Bahamas, I am grateful for everything you've ever sacrificed for me. I miss you, and I look forward to seeing you next week. My project is based on the poetry of my dad. Before my time, he was really active as a writer. And, in addition to being a speechwriter, he would also write poetry. So I wanted to use motion graphics to bring to life one of those poems. And the name of that poem is Poppies and Dust. So without further ado, here is my senior film.
Throw out the dead flowers, dead roses, reminders, freshly parnished coffins, the grim reaper sweeping out rooms, barefoot men cutting rocks 6 feet eternity, little boys in white robes planting smoke, turning guts upside down. The world's turned upside down, and everybody's at a loss to lose. But why are flowers cut down in their prime, in all their beauty, young men and women cut down on battlefields, like young men and women cut down on our streets, all over, cemeteries and dust scattered across the world, fields of poppies, fields of stone. When does the end end? When does the end start? Freshly cut flowers for Mother's Day.
Thank you. So please help me in welcoming to the stage next the talented John Hughes.
Did he press the button? Should I press it? There we go. All right. So there I am, and here I am in person. All right, thanks so much to everyone for coming tonight. Special thanks to my family who's hopefully connected on the internet. Thanks Google for that. Family, friends, so many of my friends here in Savannah have helped me through this process. Especially wanted to thank my good friend Josh Calendray for helping me through the senior project process of just coming up with an idea and executing it. Also, two people that I want to thank for my project because it wouldn't have been possible without them is my girlfriend Kendra Wickland and Christian Kay, my partner in crime at Monty. Thank you so much for helping me whip out some cell animation in the last minute. Also to the MOMI department, of course, thank you so much to the professors for Duff, John Collette, Minho Shin, who helped me in my senior project along the way. And so I guess I'll tell you a little bit about my project. Started in the fall with John Collette and started concepting and experimenting with different ideas. And after winter break, decided to kind of change my concept last minute. And so I was really excited about trying a new aesthetic and also kind of creating some original music to go with that. And so, so without further ado, here's my senior project. It's short, so don't blink.
Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both. I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.
And up next, we have a great friend of mine and a guy who always encouraged me to work harder during the all-nighters at Monty. So Robert Morrison Jr., come up on stage and share us with your project. I did it, just like everyone else. All right.
Good evening, everyone. Right, all right, yes. War gone. Big up to me yardie them out there who watch from online, yeah? First off, I would like to thank everyone for coming out tonight. Again, thank those people for tuning in online. I'd like to thank the Lord for me being here right now because I've had a lot of near misses where I've had to leave. And it has been a journey, and I'm glad to say that we made it, and I'm here today being able to present this to you. And I'd like to thank my parents, my brother, who they've put me before them, again, to allow me to be here. I'd like to thank my friends, both in the MOMI department, the game design department, for all the support that they've given me. And lastly, I'd like to thank my sound designer, Leonardo Magrin, who, he's also, I would say, my partner in crime on this project we're about to show. And he's a person who, I've been able to express, I guess, our beliefs with and challenge each other in that way going forward. So this product, it not only was mine, but it also became his. So talking a little bit more, I believe that as designers, we have the opportunity and hence responsibility to help and positively influence a large group of people so long as we actively choose to do so. We can impact culture. I believe that the minutes and often hours that consumers spend immersing themselves in gaming, advertising, movies, etc., should benefit them for the better and not for the worse. It is my sincere hope. Thank you. It is my sincere hope that someone's day, if not life, will be that much more blessed through my designs, just as many other designs have done for me. Today, I would like to present a teaser for a project that we will be working on for the rest of the year. It is the walk to my talk. It is an opportunity to combine my passions for game design and for motion design. It is a way to spread the word and to encourage others. Without further ado, I present Magna Polaris.
Long ago, in a distant land, there stood a group of mountains, strange and spherical. Many came to study the mountains, but the desire of their hearts was dark. Polaris, the great mountain, would not be moved. As a child, Magnus came to the Isle many years ago with an archaeological team. They too failed to understand the great mountain. Blinded by shame, they left Magnus behind. This day, he stands a survivor, overseeing and protecting his new home.
Two hearts beat as one. When women have been in battle together, they are bonded like the flower and the soil and the sun. Ladies and gentlemen, the dynamic duo, bold babes bedecked with blue. The lovely ladies, Jen Chua and Audrey Sims.
Hi. Hello. So first, I wanted to start thanking Jen because this wouldn't have been possible without you and your constant support and just working together all the time.
Yeah, I want to thank Audrey as well for, being there all the single time and taking in all the frustrations that I give her sometimes.
So what was that? Thank everybody. Oh yeah, so okay, we overthought this way too much. So I wanted to thank everybody in the MOMI department, all my teachers, you guys are amazing, and all my friends, you guys have inspired me. I mean, every time, every single day I've been in Monty, you've been a constant inspiration for me. And I thank you so much just for being part of my life and my experiences.
I would also like to thank Duff for being there from senior 1 to senior 2 and providing us guidance in our concept. Yeah.
Yeah, so Dad, I know you're looking at me right now. I love you so much, sis. And yeah, without further ado,
For
yeah.
Sorry, this is a big joke, but right. We're trying to find fulfillment through our project, so we thought, why not just create the enjoyment and the struggle through finding that fulfillment? So yeah, without further ado, this is our senior project.
Traveling into this land, left with emptiness in my soul, I was alone. I imagined so many things. I see them through these visions. Becoming one with them. As I create these elements with the forces of nature. Light sprints through every neuron in my brain, giving me the forces of enlightenment. It consumes and traps me. It alters my mind within its power. Light comes from these forces. The chattering noises vanish. The sound of solitude detaches me, slowly feeding the emptiness of time. I let go of the overpowering shadow of thoughts that binds me.
Up next, our dearest friend from Taiwan, Chaley. We love you!
It's time to be deeper. So, 10 years ago, I left my friends and the teachers in Taiwan. I never forgot the support and the wishes they gave to me. Today, I'm leaving my friends and professor at SCAD. I feel grateful that in my life, I met so many people who love me and care about me. I want to say to you all, thank you to take a part in my life. Thank you to be there for me. I am who I am today is because your support and the love. And to my friends and the teachers in Taiwan, 谢谢你们陪伴我走过这10年，谢谢你们给予我最美丽的时光，也感谢你一直当我的好朋友。So here we go.
Remember it? In those early summer days, we were biking together along the street with flowery trees. We couldn't wait for the night to come so we could see the star high up in the sky. Remember it? Under the blue sky, we ran after each other across the golden yellow countryside. Time seems to freeze. The future was far, far away. Remember it? The day we said goodbye. We broke into tears. It was time for us to head to a different future. We promised we would see each other soon. You and I, friends forever. Next, I want to introduce one of my beloved friend, and she always encouraged me through different challenge, different difficulty. And here we go, Audrey Pray.
Hey everybody, how you guys doing? Thank you guys so much for coming out. It's been a great night already. My stomach is experiencing a new feeling, but it's because I'm really excited and thrilled to show you guys this work and to be here with my fellow classmates. And I want to start off by saying that this piece is something that it's full of thank yous. It's a thank you card in itself. And with that, I just want to take a little bit of time just to say thank you to all of my professors. Thank you guys so much for telling me the things that needed to be said and holding back the things that maybe didn't need to be said. And I appreciate that. And I want to thank my mom for watching. Thank you for just always being there and again telling me things that need to be said. And I want to say thank you so much to my dear roommate, Katrina. I love you, Trine, so much. And I want to say just thank you to all of you guys so much for being there for me at every step of the way. I have some great friends here, and you guys will always be a part of me like that. So this piece started off as talking about children. Most people know that I do work with children. I love them so much. And I wanted to talk about what it means when a child creates something and sees the result of that creation. But then as I got deeper, I realized that there's something in it for me that I learn in the kids that I work with, and what they remind me of and how I'm reflecting back on my own childhood ambitions. And so this piece is more so about that and how everyone relates to me or how I relate to everyone at different ages of life. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope it touches you as much as you guys have touched my life. So thank you. Thank you for reminding me of the younger me. The me that climbed trees, played on swings, ran through fountains, collected marbles, and wandered. I always wandered. Thank you for reminding me of who I am. The one that treats people the way you want to be treated, cries because it feels good, laughs because it feels even better, and knows that if we keep going, we'll be okay. Thank you for reminding me of who I want to be. The one that stands up for what's right, sees the good in others, never gives up, and always remembers who I am. I remember where I came from, and I dream about where I'm going. And I want to thank you all so much for reminding me of me. Thank you. Thank you guys. So now I have the wonderful pleasure, and I mean, this young man, we will very soon be seeing works everywhere, all over the world, that he has had his hand in making. He is truly an innovator at heart, and it's with great pleasure that I introduce Peter Clark.
All right. So, how many of you guys out there are proud to be part of the motion media major? Yeah. that enthusiasm is the reason that I love this major. And really the worst part about leaving SCAD is that I don't get to see all the awesome stuff that you guys make anymore, unless you post it on Austin Shaw's Design Promotion Facebook group. And so a big part of our major that I was really unhappy with is that we don't really get to share it as much as I wish we could. And so for my senior piece, I'm doing an exhibition that's all about digital culture and how our relationships translate across that medium. And it's really meant to allow various students that are involved in it to share their work, as well as allowing me to share some of my work with both other students and people outside of SCAD. Because I really think we should promote all the crazy stuff that we do here and really try and get it out there in the world. The exhibition concept really stemmed from all those late nights at Monty when I'm surrounded by hundreds of computers and hear that ominous air conditioning noise going, and you really wonder if you're being consumed by technology or if it's really controlling your environment in these really abstract ways. So the exhibition I'm doing is tomorrow night. It's between 7 and 10 o'clock. It's called Are We Content, referencing this idea of are we happy with how we're translating into digital culture. And then it will be held at an exhibition space called Safe Sound at 633 East Broad Street. It's on the corner of Broad and Hall. And we'll be screening some animations at 9 o'clock. You'll see a couple of mine tonight. The one I'm about to show is called Memory Stream. And I created this animation with the help of two amazing designers that are going to do crazy stuff when they're in their senior classes as well. So I'd like to thank Jen and Daniel for all the hard work you guys put in. And then I'd also like to thank Chase Hochstetter for all the amazing work he did on another collaborative animation I'll be showing later on. So without further ado, I give you Memory Stream. All right. So if you guys need more information on the gallery exhibition, it's available at arewecontent.com. I also want to thank everyone who has been amazing in helping me get that exhibition running. It has been a crazy experience, and there's been a lot of work put into it. And so I hope to see you guys there. I'd also like to introduce the guy that produced all the amazing posters for this whole show and has a really amazing animation to show you guys. I'd like to introduce Dan Visconti.
Hello. Thanks everybody for coming out tonight. And I'd like to start off by thanking my parents, Mom, Dad, Alan, Kel, and Liz. If you guys are watching online, hi. I'd also like to thank Professor Duff for leading us through Senior 1 and Senior 2 as our fearless captain, and the rest of the MOMI faculty as well over these past 4 years. It's been an amazing experience. I would also like to thank Matt Wesdock for his extremely amazing sound design skills in helping me bring this piece to life, as well as Professor Stephen Geller, who provided his amazing vocal talents for the narration of my piece. So my piece is an excerpt from the novel The Stranger by Albert Camus, and it really means a lot to me, and I wanted to do it some visual justice. So without further ado, here it is.
The trial was adjourned. As I was leaving the courthouse on my way back to the van, I recognized for a brief moment the smell and color of the summer evening. In the darkness of my mobile prison, I could make out one by one, as if from the depths of my exhaustion, all the familiar sounds of a town I loved, and of a certain time of day when I used to feel happy. The cries of the newspaper vendors in the already languid air, the last few birds in the square, the shouts of the sandwich sellers, the screech of the streetcars turning sharply through the upper town, and that hum in the sky before night engulfs the port. All this mapped out for me a route I knew so well before going to prison, and which now I traveled blind. Yes, it was the hour when a long time ago I was perfectly content. What awaited me back then was always a night of easy, dreamless sleep. And yet, something had changed since it was back to my cell that I went to wait for the next day. As if familiar paths, traced in summer skies, could lead as easily to prison as to the sleep of the innocent.
Thank you.
Wow. I think after looking at this show, not the first time for me, but the thing is that, as an audience sitting down there today, it was as an audience and not as your professor, looking at this work again, wow, this is definitely, a great showing. And then this is a night full of thank you. And I want to start off with my thank you to the seniors. Thank you for allowing me to be part of this journey. Thank you for letting me be your professor, your mentor, and most importantly, your friend. And also a witness to the testimony of what you have become today. And really, at the end of the day, a big thank you for inspiring me every day to do this. So, as a lot of the seniors are graduating, in the last remaining 1 week that we have before graduation, one thing is that whenever, in the hallway of Montgomery or right after the show, don't forget to give a lot of this senior a hug, high five, and more importantly, just before they graduated, next week, let them know how much you love them, but more importantly, let them know how well they have done so far, as a designer, in this major, and show them some Momi love. And this is not the end of it. Up next, I'm introducing, for the graduate Momi senior piece, very talented, very beautiful Julie Riders.
Thanks, Stuff, and thank you to everyone for coming out tonight. I've had such a great time being a part of the MOMI department for the past 2 years, and I really don't think I could ask for a more enthusiastic and inspiring group of fellow students and faculty members, so thank you so much. Before I came down to SCAD for grad school, I had been living in New York City, and I lived in 6 different apartments during my 6 years there. So this final project is a tribute to those apartments and everything about them, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And it was inspired by the concept was inspired by the long-running tradition of this love-hate relationship that so many people have with New York City. And before I show the piece, I just want to thank everyone who helped me make this project possible. My sound designers, Ian Spence and Allison Wrights, my voice actor, Tommy Giardino, and a special thanks to our department chair, John Collette, for providing some really wonderful guidance throughout the entire production process. I had so much fun working on this, so I hope you enjoy the piece.
And you don't care about my poetry. I don't care about your poetry. I heard it again. They're scratching.
Thank you. Up next is Professor Michael Betancourt with work from his Alternative Techniques class.
Well, good evening. What we call alternative techniques is basically all the things that we don't normally do. So all of the stuff that you're going to see now is the stuff that we don't normally do, except perhaps tonight when we have Peter Clark in both the senior show and the alternative techniques class. So some of the things that you've already seen tonight, those really wonderful portraits of everyone that we kept forgetting to push return on. That's an alternative technique. And we're going to see a little bit of that kind of stuff in these projects. It's a theme project. So we'll start with Peter Clark's piece called Virtually Unconscious, which he produced in collaboration with Chase Hofstadter. I think I just butchered your name, I'm sorry. I should have it written down here, but I don't. And this is, I believe, also one of the pieces for his show tomorrow.
In 1986, the Electronic Communications Privacy Act restricted the use of wiretapping on communication devices. Since its amendment in 2006 under the Patriot Act, our interest in privacy has receded. Today, over 700 million of us will log into Facebook and exchange information with an average of 200 friends. Our global culture is now becoming a centralized structure that places search engines and social media providers in control of our futures. A decentralized community of anonymous users has created a counter-network known as the Deep Web. This structure uses onion routing software like Tor to create encrypted links between nodes all across the globe, which hides users' identity from surveillance. As we enter the electric whirlpool of digital life, are we truly agents of our own privacy? Or virtually unconscious?
In the second week of class, Amanda, who's currently running for the exit, came to see me and said that this class, to her, felt like it was designed just to mess with her personally. I said, yes, of course it is. And she then went and made this piece called The Almighty Dollar.
In a typical city or town, on a typical residential street, we find a typical home occupied by a typical American family. In spite of the high cost of being a husband and father, John Pugh has a private so he decides to form a corporation. The information they file contains nothing money received from the sale of shares in the business, builds a new and when stockholders invest in the business, they hope to receive dividends to help pay for necessities of life.
I don't even know what they are.
How can he fill all the oil? To sell more stock to many more people, it will take about $20 million to do the job.
Only those which can pass a thorough examination of their financial health are accepted. The cowboy in Colorado and the fisherman in Maine, the buyer could buy more enjoyable life.
No, there's nothing wrong with the screen. This is what it's supposed to look like. This is an example of what's called glitch. And all of the projects use a little bit of it. But the only person who really took the glitch idea and went and ran with it and made it the absolute, total, complete, central, total focus of his project was Beecher. And so, here it is. glitches get called bugs. And so, because we all have bugs here in Savannah, Crosby made a piece about them for you. This is probably the most personal of all of the pieces that we have to look at. Angelica's mother has been digitizing her home movies and sending them to her. And they provide the foundation for the piece that she produced. So here it is. Early on in her process, I was talking with Madeline Miller about the piece that she was working on. And it occurred to me that she could really use a little bit of critical theory. So I gave her an essay, one of the classics of feminist film theory, by Laura Mulvey, called Visual Pleasure in Narrative Cinema, all about voyeurism. And she took it, and she ran with it.
Who does she think she is, Marilyn Monroe? Like that. If I'm going to be a symbol of something, I gotta have it sex and some other things I got symbols of. See, that's the trouble. We are all born sexual creatures. That's the trouble. Sex symbols come to things. Would you hate to be a saint? And spontaneous. Because we're a lot of miss the boat. You know what I mean? Some other things I got symbols of. See, that's the trouble. Sex symbols of sexuality. You hate when you say when it's natural and spontaneous. Because we're a lot of miss the boat. You know what I mean? You do want to stay intact. No.
Callie Gillum, who was in our senior show doing this very beautiful hand-drawn digital animation, decided to make what's called a motion painting, a kind of variation on stop-motion animation where you paint and then take pictures of it, and that becomes the material for your film. And she then added to it, well, not entirely certain what these videos are, but they certainly seem to go with it.
Shiny, shiny, shiny boots of leather, with flash girl child in the dark. Comes and bells, your servant don't forsake him. Strike dear mistress and cure his heart.
What the hell was that? What the hell was that?
Sin
That is going on.
of streetlight fancies. Chase her costumes she shall wear. Ermine furs adorn imperious. Severin, Severin awaits you there. I am tired, I am weary. I could sleep for 1,000 years, 1,000 dreams that would awake me. Different colors made of tears. Kiss the boot of shiny, shiny leather. Shiny leather in the dark. Hung the thong.
Our last piece is a piece of visual music produced by Wanji. This is probably the best piece of visual music I've seen any of our students produce in any of our classes. So he deserves a hand of applause for this. So here it is. This is the last piece of the show. Thank you all for coming.
And I would love for all the seniors and also those who are in this show tonight to rise on your rise on your feet, for such a job well done. And let's give them this last round of applause. Could you just stay in your seat for a second, because photo op.